All right, I think we're recording. I wish this thing gave me a little like heads up when we were. I want to screen share with you guys. Okay, there you go. Look into my face and for eons. So we're gonna talk about hybrid party planning, guys. You can do just a straight up in-person party. I recommend a hybrid party planning model. What that means is you're going to set up your Facebook group, your Facebook event, whatever you're doing for your in-person party, okay? But you're also going to have a recorded option. This is going to score you major points with customers who are concerned about COVID, who are hella busy, things like that. Maybe they can't make it. They still have an option to participate and order. You don't have to lose sales anymore just because somebody's kid got sick and they can't make it. I can't tell you how many times I've had it happen where I was doing an in-person event and we lost half the party because one lady's kid got sick and she was driving everybody else. So this is a really kick-ass option. So you're going to have a combined variation of hostess coaching for in-person and for virtual, okay? You're going to want to make sure stuff is still interactive and that you are like selling the in-person side of it because you don't want people skipping out on in-person just because they have the virtual option. If they're in-person, they can smell stuff, they can taste stuff, they can experience it. When you talk about experiencing it, make sure they know that you keep your pants on and that it's not like it's a live party, but it ain't that live, okay? Okay. So, you're going to do that. Your demo should not be more than 45 minutes, and it's probably going to be however many items that you're showing virtual, cut that in half for in-person. Because you're going to have people interacting, you're going to have people talking to you, and the real magic here is in the ordering room, okay? You're going to do an icebreaker, and that's where things get a little bit different, okay? Okay, so let's scope out some icebreakers. We're going to go to our consultant site, and we're going to log in, maybe. Hopefully the screen share is working. I probably should have tested it. I never remember to click the thing. Did I click the thing? Ah, there you go. Now we should definitely, absolutely be screen sharing if we weren't before, because clicked it again just to make sure. Why is this being so slow? Okay. Slowly but surely. The key to a good icebreaker is that it should be super simple, super short, and make them laugh, all right? Anything super long and drawn out, you're going to lose people's attention. They're going to want to move on to the next thing. It'll be too time-consuming. And laughter is going to help kind of really break the ice, get people comfortable, things like that. If this wasn't taking 19 years to load. I'm about to be so sad if this doesn't work. Well, while that's thinking, we'll pull up the other stuff and we'll just make it do all the work at once. Oh, that loaded, no problem. Okay, so I use Canva for a lot of my designs and presentations. It's like $15 a month, but this is where I make those virtual party stuff. This is my actual prize pick. It's all pictures of my face. This is the one that I use now where they pick a number and get a prize. This right here in Canva, you can make paper invites, okay? And then you just download them and print them off. I also use those as virtual evites too. So for in-person events, you definitely want to give them paper invites. Everybody should be doing paper invites, okay? You get paper invites for weddings. You get them for showers, like bridal showers, baby showers, things like that. That's what I mean by showers. So always do a personal invite whenever you can. It is 100% worth it. This is also where I create my virtual post of like, this is the rundown, how to get lucky at the party. This is also where, and that is for virtual as well as in person. They're just slightly different. This is also where I set up my flash sale stuff and my interactive post. Okay, this one's super fun. What was your favorite toy as a kid? What's your favorite toy now? Haha. So you can kind of use this to create your paper invites, your social media covers. It makes everything super professional, super pretty. This also allows you to put in GIFs or like TikToks, and it will actually make your pictures and images move. Super handy. Okay, just play around with it and decide what stuff you want to do. You can see all of the different things that I have done here, well, in the last 4 or 5 months. Okay. So that is where you get those for your interactive posts, your paper invites for in-person parties. You're just going to mail those to the hostess. And the thing is if you just send her a blank invite, like, she is not going to do shit with it. But if it's already got the date and the time and she just has to hand stuff out, she totally can. Ooh, I'm going to message some of you guys today. That's a pretty good sale. So back to icebreakers. You're going to go to the training site. All right. And all I do is I search stuff because I'm lazy. So I'm just going to type in icebreaker. And it's going to pull up icebreakers. Yay. So we're going to view that post. And here you go. It gives you a whole list of different icebreakers. You can drop down the drop-down menu and play them. The ones that I play that are the most popular are, and it might be different for you, and that's fine, the chore game. Super quick, super simple, super funny. And the celebrity game, little more in-depth. So like the celebrity game, I will do in a crowd of 6 people or less. The chore game, I will do in bigger crowds of like 10 to 20. The what if game. Let me go back up. So the what if game, it says you can turn this one into a booking game. But I also turn this one into a recruiting game sometimes, okay? So it gives you, instead of doing like a percentage, I do a little like freebie or a gifty if they join my team. So you can do that too in place of like, let's be nosy or ask me anything. But you can just kind of scroll through here. I do trivia sometimes as well. Whoops. So all of these are good options for your icebreakers for hybrid events. All right? Because you're going to be in person with these people, generally speaking. You're also going to want to pick out a booking game. Please keep your booking game super simple. In fact, I would not even recommend going to the consultant site to get a booking game. I would recommend using the one that I use because it's super simple, and if you use it, you will book parties every flippin' time. Okay? Super simple. All you will need are index cards. Why can I not get my face to work? There we go. All you need will be index cards and a pen or paper. Let me see if I can figure out where mine is stashed. I just got back from conference and everything is on that. Are those? Yeah. My assistant cleaned, which naturally means I cannot find anything. Okay, yeah. So this is my booking game, all right? It's a bunch of brightly colored index cards that has dirty words on them. You go to each person in the room, and you tell them, pick a dirty word, win a prize. So I let them, like, flip through. They can pick, I've got oral on here, handcuffs, swallow, aroused, orgasm. I do include some more mild stuff, just in case anybody's not, super spicy, like kiss, things like that. So they pick the dirty word that they want. On the back are different dollar amounts, okay? If you're just starting out, I recommend you do $100 or less. That is what you're going to guarantee them in free shit for their party date, okay? If you're sitting there going, Ellie, I cannot afford to give somebody $75 in free product just for partying with me. or I can't afford to give somebody $100 in free product just to party with me. If you feel that way, then you can't afford not to because you need to make more money. And the best way to do that is to do a party. Also, keep in mind, even at that $100 mark, okay, you're going to give her a hostess gift, right? And most of our gifts are about $20. So we take that 22 out. That's 78. If that was her 10%, that means she's having a $780 party. And if we divide that by the average order, that only means she has somewhere between 10 and 13 people there. So don't trip over like $100. 75 is even easier, okay? You're going to give her that $22 hostess gift. That's assuming you have a $530 party because she gets 10% of the credits. 53 is 10% of 530. Yeah. You with me? Okay. So don't trip over that, guys. And okay, you might have to give her an extra like 20 back, whatever, okay? Don't be salty like that. It's not that big of a deal. Now, if you get to a point where you're regularly doing parties and you're losing money on your hostess credits, that's a point where you need to talk to me because it means you're probably not doing your upsell game. Okay. As far as recruiting goes, I play Let's Be Nosy. That is also in the queue. Again, we're under the training site, and we're just gonna put recruiting game and see what it pulls up. All right. Library of suggested resources. My guess is there's probably a game in here. Oh, no, that's not what we want. Okay, we'll go to share then. Sharing the opportunity. That's what we're looking for. Sponsoring commercial is another way of saying your booking game. All right. You can play the 8 questions. Here's a sponsoring game video. I like the Let's Be Nosy version because they can ask whatever questions they want to, whereas the 8 questions game, it works really well when you're starting out because you'll already have the answers, but it limits their ability to ask questions. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense. What is this? I'm curious. I haven't been in here in a second. I want to see the actual questionnaire. Okay, so this would be actually a really good, like, recruiting game. This would be fun to try out, okay? It's called Design Your Life, and you could just do this with a sheet of notebook paper in person with them and just ask them these questions. As far as work goes, I would prefer to be the boss or have a boss. Okay, is your current role going to take you where you would like to 5 years from now? And it even gives you some examples of responses. Shit, we are saving this, and we are going to put this in the team folder. I love this. This is a great starting game for you guys because that's from here on out, that is the recruiting game all new people should do, okay? I love that because it gives you all of the tools and resources to effectively recruit without, like, limiting you to those 8 questions, but not as overwhelming as the Ask Me Anything. So everybody's going to get that. So you learn something new every day. It's great. Okay. Upselling. So the upsell game. Where are my cards? Give me a solid, I don't know, time frame. All right, here we go. So, upselling. And this is even more fun and exciting and effective in person. So, I use the same cards for virtual and in person, okay? This is when she is in your ordering room. Your ordering room in an in-person event, hybrid event, should be a private room, separate room with a door that closes. Also, as you go through party planning, Make sure you let them know they cannot have men or children in the whole ass house, okay? No, he cannot just hide in a bedroom. It is corporate policy. All right, so these are some examples of what I do. So this is a buy one, get one 50% off on massage products, 10% off one additional item. When we're in person, I just hold these out to them. I switched to the paper invites because they were super discounted. I just hold these out to them and let them draw however many cards, okay? We are still getting their wish list in advance. Hey, based on what your wish list is now, you get to pick this many prizes if you order these items. Let's just see what you've got. She's going to pick her prizes, and then you're going to, see. Okay, that's a free pleasure pack. She'll get a sample and a gift card. Do you want to use it? Do you want to pass? Do you want to redraw? And I make them go through one at a time so it's not super confusing. But this is the super magical kick-ass upsell game. You give them a little bit of a discount, and then we'll just keep adding stuff for forever. I love it. Now, your kind of overview, your rundown for in-person. You're going to want to show up 20 to 30 minutes, maybe even an hour in advance, especially your first couple of times, so you have time to set up without feeling rushed, okay? Couple of pro tips. Your invites should always be, the time on them should always be 30 minutes before the actual party start time. Let your hostess know that. That way, people can show up, they can be late, they can eat, they can snack, they can drink, all of that good stuff. You don't have to stress about it, and neither does your hostess, okay? I can't tell you how many times that you will have people like your hostess will be pissed if the invite says 7 and somebody doesn't show up until 7:45. But when you tell her about that 30-minute gap, all of my invites say 6:30. We don't plan on starting until 7. Then it takes a lot of stress off your hostess, okay? So you're kind of run down. You're going to party plan in advance. You're going to post and schedule stuff in your group in advance. Bonus points if you can get people to friend request you beforehand, okay? You're going to show up at her house probably, let's just be on the safe side, 45 minutes to an hour before the actual start time. You're going to set up your table. You're going to set up your product on the table, okay? And then you're going to go through and you're going to show the products. You're going to hold up each item just like if you were virtual. You're going to tell them 3 to 5 things that it does, and so on. Oh, you play your icebreaker first. Sorry. I've been doing this so long, I forget, like, the really obvious shit. Set up your table. Wait for the start time. Kind of get to know people. All of that good stuff. Play your icebreaker. Go through your bath products, your beauty products, your massage, your foreplay. Give them a little break. Play your recruiting game. And then go through your lubricants, your enhancements, your toys, and sexual health. Y'all, if I find out that you are selling toys without selling cleaner and a toy tote, I will off myself and then I will haunt the fuck out of you. Dead serious. Do not sell somebody a toy without, at minimum, offering them the toy tote, the cleaner, and a lubricant. Your job is to make sure that they have a safe, healthy, and fun experience, and you can't have that experience with a toy without those things, okay? So you're going to go through all of that. You're going to play your booking game, and then you're going to set up your ordering room if you haven't already done so, and take people back to that room. Do one-on-one consultations. You'll take their orders. You will play your upsell game. You will set up their payment plan if they're doing a payment plan. Okay. You'll take either their down payment or their payment in full. If you have product on hand, send them home with it. If not, it's not a big deal. Not having stuff on hand is only a big deal if you make it a big deal, okay? Okay. It is more cost effective to have inventory, but please don't kill yourself or break your bank trying to get inventory. That'll come with time, all right? All right. Each person, even if she said no to your booking game, you're going to ask her again if she wants to have a party. When they first come in, you're going to ask, did you have a good time? What questions do you have? What's on your wish list? Would you like to have a girls' night? Have you ever thought about doing what I do? Every single person, guys, And the reason for that is a lot of these conversations for you guys are practice conversations. Maybe you're not ready to actually book parties, but you still need to practice having those conversations. And if she decides she wants to book a party, great. Okay, go ahead and set something up that works for your schedule. You can book as far out as you want. Just make sure you're doing enough to stay active each month. All right. If she wants to join your team and you're not ready to train people, you still need to practice having those conversations. It'll get you more comfortable. It's like practicing riding a bike. Okay. And you're not going to be the person training them. They're going to get plugged into the team training just like everybody else. Okay. So don't sweat it. Once you hit director status, then you will be training people, but you got a hot minute before that happens, or maybe not, depending on your goals. But either way, we won't force you to train people until you're ready. Okay. Okay. So after the party, you've done everybody's order. Your hostess is going to go last. You're going to do your hostess's order. You're going to thank her. You're going to ask her to join your team. You're going to offer her the option to do another party in 2 to 3 months, okay? You would be amazed at how many people will party with you once every 3 months, like flipping clockwork, okay? Then you're going to follow up with anybody who did not order and be like, hey, did you have to go? What happened? So on and so forth. During the party, this is where the hybrid piece comes in. You are going to either have your hostess or one of the party guests or prop your phone up, whatever works for you. I got a little ring light thing that was like $10 at the dollar store. You're going to record your demo. You're going to live stream it into the Facebook event so anybody who can't make it participates, and then you're just going to send those people your website. Anybody who did not order, you're going to send them your website, be like, hey, wasn't sure if you ran out of time or you weren't interested, but here's my website, either way, just in case. Okay? Anybody who did order, you're going to message them the next day, thank them, and let them know that if they forgot anything, they can add items. They can't take items away, but they can add items if they need to, okay? Or, sorry, they can take things away. That policy just changed. They can take stuff away. You don't... We'll circle back. So, high pressure sales, they now have like 3 days to tell you that they need to cancel, change their order. This is the Better Business Bureau and FTC's regulations. This is not an us thing. It is a law thing. So you could even wait 4 days to send those follow-up messages, because then that window to change their order is passed. If you want to, ethically speaking, what you should do is still message them the day after and be like, hey, do you want to add anything like that, okay? And when they do order in person, you have to let them know about that window. It is also printed on the paper order forms, okay? Don't let that freak you out. It's just a better way of making sure that clients feel comfortable, they feel protected, so on and so forth, all right? You're going to put in your bookings into the consultant site. You're going to set up their party planning. You're going to put the recruits into the team page, and you're going to give me their phone number so we can set them up with the onboarding process, okay? I know, you guys, this feels like so much information, all right? Again, use your VIP levels to upsell. Even if they just get one more item, that's one more item, guys. And it saves them money. You're not pressuring them. Like, the thing that I explain to my clients is if you separate your stuff out into like 6 orders, I have to charge you flat rate shipping every time. Do it all at once on a payment plan, so I don't have to keep charging you shipping over and over and over again and make 83 trips to the post office, and you don't end up paying an extra $75, okay? Like, legit, look out for your customer's best interest, all right? To get paper forms, if you have not already done so or you haven't seen it, it's under the place regular orders, and it will be under business supplies, okay? All the way down at the bottom. This is also where you can get sample packs and paper catalogs. Paper catalogs are the devil. They will ruin your average order every time, but I know some people like them, so feel free. You can get blank forms. I don't use the blank forms because there's only like 10 lines on there, and why would you only want them to get 10 items if they want 30? Your foil packs and all of that. And then down here, those are the invites I was talking about. These are the discontinued ones. more foil packs. The US prices are the forms that I use because they have the actual pricing on them, and then you don't have to try to remember prices for stuff, and that's super convenient. Right? Right. Okay. You guys are going to get a couple of extra links as far as in-person parties go, just to give you some more in-depth stuff with some good visuals of demos and things like that. All right. If you guys have questions, reach out. But this kind of gives you a rundown. And keep in mind, like, guys, the best way to learn is by doing. Whether you're an auditory learner, a visual learner, or a kinesthetic learner, the best way to learn is by doing, because by doing, you're going to say it and hear it. You're going to see it and experience it, and then it is very hands-on. Don't worry about your first couple of parties being a shit show. Your clients are going to be totally understandable of that. It's normal. Everybody's first couple of parties are shit shows, okay? Everybody's, all right? So don't sweat it. The only way to get better is to keep going and keep practicing. And just keep in mind, your first 6 weeks in business, everything that you're doing is just practicing. You're practicing different ways of selling stuff and closing the deal. You're practicing different ways of adding people to our team. You're practicing different ways of doing events, okay? So you're just going to try all of these different things, and if something doesn't work for you, that's not reflective of you. That means one of two things is happening. It means, one, maybe that's not your jam. Maybe my particular verbiage or my way of doing things doesn't work for you. That's fine. It could also mean that you just are very uncomfortable and you need to practice a few more times to get comfortable. This first 6 weeks in business is your opportunity to build a really solid foundation and to just kind of try things out, practice different things, and see what works for you and what you want out of this and what you want to do, okay? Try everything once. Try an in-person once. Try a virtual once. Try getting website orders at least once. Try everything at least once, and that will help you determine a couple of things. One, it'll help you determine which parts of the business you really like and which ones you don't really like, okay? And we'll tackle that conversation at a later date. But it'll also help you decide, do you want to do this? How do you feel about this? Is this doing what you want it to do? Okay? It will also kind of help you figure out who you are as a consultant. And that's going to take some time, and it's going to take some practice, and you're going to have to try different things. Failure is a key ingredient to success, okay? Figuring out something doesn't work to you means you are one step closer to figuring out what does work for you. So have all of the practice conversations, practice recruiting, practice selling, practice sharing, practice all the different things. And then at the end of your first 6 weeks, that's when we'll kind of do a temperature check, see what's going on, see how you're feeling, where you want to go, what you want to do, what your big concerns are, your holdups, holdbacks, all of that good stuff, okay? So you'll get some more YouTube links. Go try something new with your business today and shoot me a message and let me know how it goes. Your challenge for this video is to send out 5 practice messages, 5 practice booking messages, and see if you can get at least one in-person event for your first 6 weeks in the business. And it doesn't have to be big. It could just be a friend of yours and 3 other people, okay? It doesn't have to be huge for you to practice, all right? So as soon as you have that, let me know the date of your party, and we will gear you up for all of the party planning stuff. So have a magical day, my friends, and I will chat with all of you soon.